Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a new listing that Binance made yesterday, and this is for the project called Livepeer or the Lpt token, right? Again, the announcement reads as follows. Binance will list Livepeer LPT and open trading for LPT BTC, LPT BNB, LPT BUSD and LPT USDT trading pairs. Users can now start depositing LPT in preparation for trading, right? Withdrawals for LPT will open on the 28th, which is today, and the timing is 2 p.m. UTC, right? So, what is Livepeer? Livepeer is an open video streaming infrastructure built on the Ethereum blockchain and is used by developers to power their creator economy live streaming applications. So, again, Livepeer is an open video streaming platform that is built on top of the Ethereum blockchain, and it's basically used by several developers in order to create content and by live streaming on it, and interacting with their users and so on and so forth, right? LPT is the native utility token of the platform and is used for network governance, incentivizing participation in the network, and staking by node operators and delegators to secure work. So again, just like any other platform, this platform has its own token, and this is basically the Lpt token, which is the native utility token, and it's basically used for network governance, just like several other platforms. It's also used as an incentive, it's used to reward participants of the network, and people can stake this token and operate nodes, delegate and also delegate to the network in order to secure the network, right? So basically, it's a platform that's used by content creators to create live streams to connect with their users, and they can basically use Lpt tokens as a participation reward, which they can stake to secure the network and also get incentives by interacting with the ecosystem, and also get governance rights as well, right? So again, they're basically talking about the risk that is basically the case for any newly listed token on Binance. So please bear that in mind. And also, always let's look at the Binance research page for Livepeer. Again, if you guys want to learn more about this project or get a peripheral quick understanding of this project, then Binance Research is the page for you. You can go to research.binance.com to search for Livepeer in order to access information about this token, right? So what's Livepeer and what is basically the kicker for Livepeer? An open video streaming infrastructure built on the Ethereum blockchain. That's pretty much the main kicker for Livepeer. And as we discussed, it's a network it's a network that serves as a video infrastructure for developers to power their live streaming applications. Video streaming represents over 80% of the bandwidth used on the internet, and traditional video infrastructures present high cost barriers for startups and developers to build new streaming platforms, right? Again, there's a lot of parallels with the Theta network. Again, Theta is a project that we covered in our channel a while back, and it's also a live video streaming decentralized network that was literally going to the moon early this year, and now it's kind of cooled down along with the rest of the cryptocurrency market, right? So that basically also served to solve the similar purpose. If you take centralized video streaming platforms, it is extremely inefficient and cost ineffective, and therefore video streaming, which forms basically the 80% of the internet, it's kind of inefficient to use centralized systems, and therefore a decentralized solution needs to be in place, and Livepeer aims to do just that, right? It's basically trying to create a video infrastructure which is basically developed by developers of Livepeer in order to make seamless video streaming possible in a fully decentralized peer-to-peer manner, right? So that's basically Livepeer for you. Livepeer's open 3.0 video infrastructure provides a platform for the creator economy of live streaming apps to exist, which would otherwise run within the ad supported models of the traditional tech platforms, right? So if you it's kind of like an easy project to understand, because if you take YouTube serves ads, and that's basically how centralized systems work. They want to make money by grabbing their viewers' attention, and one of the best way to do it is by serving ads on videos, which is created by content creators, and YouTube kind of takes a cut of that because it's hosted on its centralized creator platform, right? But when it comes to Web 3.0, which is the decentralized network, Livepeer basically tries to create the same system, but it's going to create it in much more efficiency, where people can stream videos in a peer-to-peer manner in a completely decentralized environment, and the incentives for that can be in the form of tokens rather than ads, right? And that's basically what Livepeer is. And one of the main obvious benefits of decentralized video streaming is that they are basically censorship resistant, which means anybody can post any content independent of their political views, whatever views they have, which may be technically considered as controversial and censored in the centralized video streaming platform. You can obviously do that freely with no censorship. You are basically going to be on your own with little to no moderation, and that's basically possible in any decentralized video streaming services, including Livepeer, right? So that's one of the main advantages. So LPT is Livepeer's native work token and is used in the following functions. So again, as we discussed, LPT is the native token, and let's see what functions that it has. We already know some of the peripheral use cases of LPT, but let's kind of go a little bit deeper. Protocol incentivization. Users can earn LPT tokens as rewards when they run a node or delegate towards node operators on the platform. Users also earn the fees paid in ETH through staking and node operation, both of which require LPT. So again, there's a little bit of information that we need to decipher here. So again, protocol incentivization is something that we touched upon a few seconds back when we were talking about LPT being the native utility token. But what it basically does is you can basically earn LPT tokens in the form of rewards when you run a node, or when you delegate your tokens to run a node. You basically get rewarded in LPT tokens on the Livepeer platform, right? But you can also, on top of this, earn the fees paid in ETH, right, which is basically the main cryptocurrency of the Ethereum blockchain, by staking and node operation, both of which require LPT. So not only are you going to be able to earn LPT, you will also be able to earn ETH fees that are gathered during the process of staking, as well as node operation as well, right? So those are the kind of two incentives that LPT kind of allows for the platform, token holders to be a part of when they mean by protocol incentivization, right? Staking. Users may stake LPT tokens to secure the network from attacks and earning staking rewards in LPT tokens. Not only will you be able to earn LPT tokens by being a node operator or by even delegating your tokens to a node, you will also be able to stake your LPT tokens and earn staking rewards, because you're basically securing the network, right? And in order to secure the network, the incentivization is basically giving you more LPT tokens, right? Governance. LPT token holders can propose and vote on network governance decisions. Again, pretty similar concept to every single governance token. You can participate in the network's growth and development by being a LPT token holder and participating in their governance, right? Dual mining. Users can stake to run Livepeer nodes that are backed by GPUs, can also concurrently mine other GPU-based cryptocurrencies without disrupting their transcoding. Again, this is something which is very, very unique, and which is something that not a lot of cryptocurrencies have, which basically Livepeer has, which is a good thing. So if you're already a GPU based miner, let's say you're mining Ethereum, which requires a lot of GPU computational resources, you're basically mining Ethereum based on GPU power, right? If you're using that, you can also simultaneously run a Livepeer node, which you can basically use your GPU systems to mine, and that will kind of help you get Lpt tokens on top of the Ethereum rewards that you'll be getting by mining using GPUs, right? So again, you are basically allowed to earn Lpt on top of your Ether rewards when you're using your GPU-based computation power in order to run the Livepeer nodes, right? So that's also possible for this network. So that's very cool. So those are some of the main kind of use cases of the Lpt token itself. The protocol consists of the following major components working in conjunction. So here are some of the main kind of like architectural or infrastructural kind of details of this platform. Orchestrator nodes, a user-operated network of nodes that compete for video transcoding jobs to distribute to transcode nodes, negotiate prices with broadcast nodes, and interact with the protocol to secure and distribute the daily inflationary Lpt. These are much like validator nodes in other protocols. Again, they're kind of diving deep into the different types of nodes that you can have. Again, these are a little bit more technical, but it's definitely good to know if you're planning to invest in this project for the long run. So orchestrator nodes are one of the type of nodes that users can use to compete for video transcoding jobs and to distribute the transcoding nodes. You can also use the orchestrator nodes to negotiate prices with broadcast nodes, and also use the same node to interact with protocols, with the protocol to secure and distribute the daily inflationary reward. So by being an orchestrator node operator, you will basically be able to avail yourself of these functionalities, right? These are basically similar to the validator nodes that you would find in other kind of blockchains, right? So transcoder nodes, which is another type of node, typically GPU-based hardware that specializes in video encoding. These are typically, but not always, run by the same operators who are running orchestrator nodes, and these nodes simply encode video and make it available to the orchestrators. Again, transcoder nodes are the second type of nodes that's available. So remember when we talked about the GPU based Livepeer node running that you can do to earn Lpt rewards on top of the Ethereum rewards? That's basically what a transcoder node is. Whenever you use GPU based node running, you are basically being a transcoder, right? And again, most of the time, people who are using the orchestrator nodes are the same people who also have the transcoder nodes, but that's not always the case. And these what is the main function of the transcoder node? It's basically to encode a video and make it available for the transcoder nodes, right? So that they can process the video and validate it from there. And so that's the main kind of like main kind of functionality of the transcoder node. And the third type of node is basically the broadcast nodes. Users of the Livepeer network that are looking to build video streaming apps run broadcast nodes to ingest their video and outsource the video encoding work to the orchestrator network. These nodes deposit ETH and pay to the orchestrators that are contracted to do the jobs. Again, these kind of broadcast nodes, they mainly function, kind of like people who broadcast information from one broadcasting station to another in a regular broadcasting environment. So it's kind of like a similar mechanism, but the main thing that you guys need to understand from this kind of paragraph is broadcaster nodes are the nodes that deposit the ETH and they kind of pay the orchestrators that are contracted to do the job. So they are mainly responsible for providing the orchestrators with the information that's necessary for the orchestrators to do their kind of node run, right? Again, if you want to dive deep, I always suggest you guys to go to the website and read more about these topics, right? Explorer dashboard, a tool for token holders to stake tokens towards node operators and participate in governance decisions. Again, you often have a dashboard on a platform, and for Livepeer it's going to be called the Explorer dashboard. This is basically a tool for people who hold the Livepeer token in order to stake towards node operations as well as to participate in governance decisions, right? So of the 10 million LPT tokens at Genesis, 6.3 million LPT were distributed to the community via an open Merkle mine algorithm, which is basically 1.2 million LPT, was retained by the founders and early team, vesting over 36 months. 1.9 million LPT tokens was sold in a pre-sale. 500,000 LPT token was put in a long-term development fund, and 21.3 thousand was issued as a grant to a couple of early advisors and contributors. Again, this basically talks about how the LPT tokens right from Genesis was allocated to the different groups and the different teams, right? It also talks about the pre-sale of 1.9 million, which was basically sold, and all of these have a decent amount of vesting schedule, so which is very good to know. And you can also see that a small portion of the funding was basically allocated as grants for people who wanted to participate in the ecosystem very early, right? The project raised $3.85 million from 2 rounds of pre-sale purchase, where 9% of the Genesis token supply of 10 million LPT was sold at 94 cents per token, and 10% of the Genesis token supply of 10 million LPT was sold at $3 per token. So again, that also talks more about how much money the project has raised, which is basically 3.85 million in the 2 pre-sale rounds, where about 9 and basically 10% of the token supply were sold at 2 different price points. The project also raised $8.15 million in subsequent equity rounds. Again, they have raised a decent chunk of money through their different pre-sale rounds as well as equity sale rounds, right? As of May 28th, the total supply of LPT is 23.6 million tokens, and the circulating supply is 100%. So again, the 100% of the tokens is in circulation, and the total supply is currently like the total supply is 23.6 million tokens, right? So again, very important information to know when it comes to tokenomics of projects. And again, all the other information and links can be found at the bottom. You can also access their social media pages, including Twitter and Medium, in order to access other documents as well, right? So again, pretty interesting project indeed. So let's go to the website of Livepeer. So if you guys want to go to the website, go to livepeer.org in order to access their information. So the world is open video infrastructure. The world's open video infrastructure. So that's basically their key highlighting statement there. It's a decentralized video streaming network built on the Ethereum blockchain, obviously, which we know very well. What role will you play in the Livepeer network? You can start by, if you're a developer who wants to start, accessing some of their information, you can click the developers button. Token holders, you can stake and earn ETH and LPT rewards in exchange by, staking, participating in their, staking platform. Video miners, you can basically use your GPUs to do the same as well. So again, that's pretty much everything. There's a little bit of everything for everyone here. So you can also see information about how it works. They kind of provide very detailed explanation, but very simple to understand as well in bite-sized pieces. You have 12.8 million LPT staked as of now, and you can clearly see that it was founded on early 2017, and it's kind of like been around for a while. So it's not a all new kind of brand new project with the copycats springing left and right. It's kind of like a project that has been existing the test of time since 2017, right? So again, pretty interesting information. You can also join their community by accessing their Discord, Reddit, Twitter, Discourse, Telegram, as well as Medium. And yeah, you can also see some of the information that they have posted on YouTube about their you can kind of join them and ask questions and so on and so forth. So you can also participate by being a newsletter subscriber by adding your website or adding your email ID here and subscribing to the newsletter. And that's pretty much it, right? Again, very simple and elegant website with a lot of information that can be helpful to people, not only who want to develop on top of Livepeer, but also people who want to be invested in the long run, right? So again, very interesting project indeed. So let's go to the CoinGecko page for Livepeer. Again, this token is currently ranked 118th by market cap on CoinGecko, and it's currently trading at $22.24 at the time I'm making this video, with a recent dip of 18.4% despite being listed on Binance, right? So again, if you remember from the pre-sale rounds, some of the tokens were sold for less than $1. So people who bought this token during the pre-sale round, they have seen some significant gains. Even people who have bought this token for $3 in the second seed round, they are still in a very comfortable profit at this point. So congratulations to people who bought during the pre-sale. But for others, again, this token is currently trading at $22, so it may be on the expensive side of tokens for people who want to people who want to hold a large volume of token. They may find this token to be a little bit more expensive. So yeah, again, but it's still in a dip zone where it's had a 18.4% dip in the past 24 hours. If you see, the market cap is around $526 million in market cap. Despite being around for quite some time since 2017, the market cap is still less than $1 billion in market cap. So again, as we saw from Theta Network, we clearly have a high demand for decentralized video streaming services, and people are looking forward to leaving the centralized video streaming platforms and moving towards the decentralized ecosystem, which is much more faster and much more efficient. So for platforms like Theta Network as well as Livepeer, it's an incredible opportunity for them to grow and explode, right? If you take Theta, which is the market leader when it comes to video streaming, decentralized video streaming, it managed to be in the top 10. I think currently it's in the top 20s. So that's basically the reference point for what Livepeer can do, right? When you consider Theta's market cap, it's significantly huge compared to Livepeer, and if Livepeer is kind of like able to even kind of like grab a little bit of market share from Theta Network, I think this project can make multiple X's, and therefore I think that project is still extremely undervalued, despite being about $500 million in market cap, right? Again, this project can easily cross $1 billion in market cap by the end of this bull run, which is still from a long shot not yet over, right? Again, if you take the max supply, it's 23.6 million tokens, and the circulating supply is 100% of the max supply, which is a very good thing when it comes to tokenomics. If you take the chart with the dollar comparative, you can clearly see that the token has pretty much been on fire since early this year. And if you see, the information for the price for this token is available since late 2018, when this token was trading at $1.83, significantly lower than the $3 for the second seed round. It kind of spiked and kind of like had its price rally to about close to $10 per token, but was pretty much moving sideways with no significant kind of performance. Late 2019, this token was moving sideways and in a downtrend where it made an all-time lows of about 55 cents per token. Pretty much not a lot of actions last year as well. But if you see, early this year, the token price went from $1.56 all the way to an all-time highs of about, I believe it's slightly above $40. I believe it's probably close to $44, $45 range, May 11th, and then had a very sharp decline where it went down all the way till like $16 per token, and then now it's kind of like moving sideways, being in the $22-23 range. I do believe that this token can go a bit more lower. It can break down below the $20 range and maybe even kind of touch the $19-18 range as well, right? Which will probably be a good opportunity to buy. But if you are looking to buy this token at this price point as well, you'd probably be well off buying at this price and hodling it for long term rather than trying to scalp it or wait a little bit longer, right? So again, this is a really good buying opportunity for this token. So if you take the Bitcoin comparative, on the other hand, the token price has been very volatile on the Bitcoin comparative compared to the dollar comparative. But if you see, the token was initially trading at 52,000 satoshis. It kind of spiked immediately, reaching all-time highs of about 220, 230,000 satoshis per token before crashing back down to 56,000 satoshis and then going back up again, touching 200,000 satoshis and then crashing back down to an all-time lows of about 8,000 satoshis. And then it's pretty much had not a lot of intense activity last year, and now it's kind of like going upwards. It's not as violent as when it was early 2019 or mid 2019, but it is kind of like trying to go upwards in the Bitcoin comparative, right? If you would ask me, I would probably say it's better to kind of like hold off a bit. I believe that Bitcoin can go potentially lower, so Livepeer's Bitcoin comparative can also go a little bit lower, which would be a good opportunity to buy using Bitcoin comparative, right? If you take the Ethereum comparative, on the other hand, you can clearly see that the token price has also been very volatile and similar to the Bitcoin comparative. The token was worth 0.019 ETH and then made an all-time highs of about 0.08 ETH, right? And then crashed back down, very volatile early to mid 2019, and then kind of had an all-time lows of about 0.003 ETH, and then now it's kind of like moving sideways. I don't see this token kind of making another all-time highs on Ether comparative anytime soon, because Ethereum itself is going to perform very well. So if you ask me, probably it's better to hold off a bit on the Bitcoin as well as Ethereum comparative, but for the dollar comparative, it is a decent buy opportunity, right? If you see the exchanges, obviously it's available on Binance using BUSD, BNB, USDT trading pairs as well as Bitcoin trading pair. But you can also buy it from Kraken, which is also one of the most popular tier 1 exchanges, OKEX, which is also a popular tier 1 exchange, MXC and Gate.io are other options as well. But if you can buy it from Binance and Kraken and OKEX, I don't think you need to worry about the other exchanges, but it does have sufficient amount of liquidity, right? So that's basically it. If you ask me, I would say this project is a really good project to hold long term. I'm trying to buy this token for long term. I'm kind of waiting for this price to go below $20, which it can, by the next week, and that will be an opportunity for me to buy this token, a decent bag of this token, hodling it long term. This is definitely a long term hold for me. I believe that this token can kind of like outperform several other projects and even be in the top 50s in the long run. As more and more people start using decentralized video streaming networks, projects like Livepeer and Theta Network are going to be the future of video streaming on the blockchain, right? So that's my personal thought on it. Again, none of the information presented in this video should be considered as financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, right? Remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video guys. If you like my video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.